Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Crimson Panda here, back with another Disney Lorcana Set 9 deck guide. Now, today's deck that we're going to be talking about is an Amber Emerald that I have called Set 9 Tiana Tower Aggro. If you like this kind of content, then make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these deck guides and also some gameplay videos to go with them as well. There will be another video after this video goes live of gameplay, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description below. Also, I'd like to know what you guys are most excited to play going into Fabled. So make sure you drop a comment below with your favorite color combination and also the deck you're most excited to play once released. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at the deck and see what card choices I decided to go for. Okay, so starting off, we have our one drop. So we have the brand new Aurora one drop. Now, this is absolutely fantastic with Tiana. She allows you to play Tiana on turn 2 instead of turn 3, a little bit like our other one drop Pluto. So he's in there as well, just so that we can be really consistent with if we have an opening of one of these one drops and a Tiana, then we're almost guaranteed getting her out on 2. So they are the one drops, and they are the reasons why they are in there. Also, a surprising turn as well is that Aurora, once you quest with her, you get to pay one less for queens and princesses, which helps with the 5-cost Rapunzel we have in the deck. So you can actually get the Rapunzel down a turn before your opponent gets their Rapunzel down, which is really good because then that means that you can shut off their Rapunzel with your Rapunzel, which is really important. I think this meta is going to be, especially with green, there's going to be some Rapunzel wars, a little like the Genie Wars, but with Rapunzel stopping stuff from questing, which can be really annoying for aggro, really annoying for some things that have, once this character quests, it does something, which is surprisingly a lot of those characters in the game at the moment. So going on to our 2 drops, so we have Jim Deere, Prince, Go-Go Tamago, brand new Goofy, and Ursula as our characters, and we also have Rapunzel's Tower in there as well, which is a huge part of the deck. So Jim and the Prince obviously are your bodyguards. They're going to help you protect your Tiana, force your opponent to have to go into those if they're going to pay ink to attack. And then once they're moved into the tower, they're obviously going to be huge. You're going to have the Prince at a 0-8, you're going to have Jim at a 0-7, and your opponent trying to figure out how to take them out efficiently is really difficult for them. That's why Goofy's in the list as well. So Goofy here, because once during your turn, whenever he moves to a location, you can move a character there for free and draw a card. So with draws being quite lacking at the moment with Fabled release, Goofy is obviously going to help here. If you can get 2 Rapunzel towers down, you can actually move Goofy between each one with a character and get a draw every single turn. Very niche, but it will pop up eventually. We have Gogo in there. She's an evasive. With the help of another character in the deck I'll talk about a bit later. She is going to be able to take out some of those evasive trades, and also double win with Gogo. You'll be able to obviously pop her down in the late game and pay in order to gain extra lore with her ability as well. And then the last 2 drop we have is Ursula. Ursula, obviously, everybody knows what she does. There are going to be songs going forward in Fabled. Obviously, we have new ones with Fabled. So people are going to be testing stuff out. So having a couple of Ursula in there just to be able to banish some of those straight out of their hand. Also, Strength of the Raging Fire is going to be everywhere. So being able to get that out of their hand, maybe some AoE from like Under the Sea going against green decks. So Ursula, I thought was quite a necessity in this list. Okay, so going into our 3 drops, we have Julia, we have Lady, Tiana, Lewis, and then for our action and song, we have World's Greatest Criminal Mind, and then we have an item in there as well, an Emerald Chromacon, just 1 copy of that. So Julia obviously being Rapunzel's replacement, giving you 2 heals and a draw, very good. Have quite a lot of health as well, so moving her into the tower and being able to quest quite a few times with her is really cool. We have Lady. Lady is going to slap out a lot of your 2 drops, being able to play Goofy for free, and then hopefully having 1 ink spare to be able to move into Rapunzel Tower to get that draw off is really good. Tiana obviously there as the main lockdown engine to make your opponent struggle. Lewis is going to force your opponent to have to pay ink in order to attack, or they're just going to have to swing a character in, kind of like stopping you questing again, like the Rapunzel. So Lewis was very good in this deck. And then we have World's Greatest Criminal Minds and Emerald Chromacon. So World's Greatest Criminal Minds is going to be good against all your sharks and all your big boys. Quite self-explanatory why that's in here. We have a good amount of 3-drops to be able to sing the song if we need to, and above, obviously. But yeah, just a solid card. In the gameplay video, spoiler alert, I used this at the perfect time. Make sure you check that out because it was an absolutely insane turn. And then yeah, the Emerald Chromacon. I haven't actually got time to use this in any games because it's just uninkable, it's clunky. But having one in this list is, I feel, important. If you get a board with your bodyguards, not only can you just slap this down in one turn after your questing, when your opponent kills one of your things, it's going to return something else to their hand. So it's almost forcing something not to be able to quest again by returning it to their hand. So I felt like including one was really important. Next up, we have our 4-drops. Now, our 4-drop slot is very weird, but I thought because we're going to be hopefully locking down the board with Tiana and the bodyguards, these 4-drops seemed fun and different to use. So we have the brand new Genie, which is really important. We have Daisy Duck and Prince Philip. So Genie obviously is evasive, very good. And then when he's sideways, it gives your characters 2 strength. So this is going to help your bodyguards, and when your opponent goes to trade into all of your stuff, with the help from Lewis and them being able to obviously have to get past the bodyguard, or else you're just going to rush them with law. It gives the trades a little bit better for you because you're going to be actually having some sort of strength on your bodyguards, whereas usually they're just going to be a 0. So your opponent having to make a little bit more of a decision, and it also helps with putting some little damage for Go-Go in the late game as well, which is quite cool. So we also have a Daisy Duck. So whenever this character quests, each opponent discards a card. So if we're going to be locking down the board with a Tiana and a bodyguard, or even just a couple of Tianas because they don't want to pay 6 to attack anything, then Daisy Duck's going to just be questing and discarding a card from their hand. Being able to quest for 2 is good, and being able to filter someone's hand, lower it down because obviously there's not a lot of draw, I thought could be good going forward, especially with the lack of removal to be able to take that out. Moving her into the tower to keep her protected as well from any strengths and stuff helps a lot. So that's why Daisy's in there. And then last but not least, on the 4-drops, we have Prince Philip. So your other hero characters gain ward, which I thought was interesting. Even though he's unkillable, the reason he's only got 1 in there is because Tiana is a hero. So you can give Tiana ward. So once you get Tiana and the bodyguard locked down, Prince Philip is going to help by giving it ward. So they're going to have to attack in order to kill her. It's come up a few times and it does work, especially against strength. But obviously, Philip is the target. Once instead of Tiana being the target because she has ward, it's now Philip's the target, which is kind of good because Tiana can still then do Tiana things. So that is why Philip is in the list. Only one 5-drop, and that is Rapunzel. So she is a menace. Once she quests, she stops something from questing. Really annoying, evasive, very good value trades if you get Rapunzel and a Genie out. You could stop something questing. Your Genie goes sideways. Rapunzel's then got 4 strength, and she could take out, say, a purple Genie. So yeah, with the Genie and the Rapunzel combo is really strong. You don't really want to be attacking with Rapunzel. You want to be questing to stop something else questing, but sometimes you have to. So that's why Rapunzel's in there. Very strong card. I think a lot of people are going to be playing her. And then the very last card in the deck is Under the Sea. So we're going to be locking down the board quite a lot with the Tiana bodyguard combo. So you're going to be sitting there with a couple of ladies, maybe like a lady, a Tiana, and a bodyguard, which equals 8. So if you don't want to quest for a turn and your opponent is just developing, trying to aggro you, even though they might not be going sideways, or even if they are and they're trying to race you, you can just slap out a turn where you Under the Sea their whole board with your characters. Even though you don't quest, you're clearing their board, and then that gives you a good couple of turns where you're just going to quest out, play things, and quest out. So Under the Sea, very, very clutch in this list. So that is it for the deck guide. I hope you guys pick up this deck. Make sure you give it a like on Dreamborn. Also, follow me on Dreamborn so that you can see all of my other lists. I do a lot of off-meta stuff, and I really enjoy off-meta decks. So obviously at the start of a set, everything is off-meta because nobody knows what is going to be good. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you check out the gameplay. There will be a link in the description below. Subscribe again if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.